What's up, Samurai? We are back in more Wayfinder, and yeah. Grendel is going to be the next character. He's not even out yet, and we've already got leaks of the next Wayfinder, which, if you've checked the thumbnail and all that stuff, this Wayfinder is going to end up being a summoner class in the game. That's kind of what we're theorizing based on the fact that it has a pet. There's not too much that I have in terms of information to share with you guys today, other than just showing you an image of the character, as well as mentioning that the grappling hook is kind of in the game's code as well. So for those of you that don't know, we already know that a grappling hook is going to be some form of a traversal tool in this game. I don't think it's going to be as widespread as something like Ocarina of Time or even Breath of the Wild, where you can grapple onto everything and climb everything, because the climbing is kind of clunky in this game. Platforming is in general. I think it's more so just going to be very situational for very specific spots. And if I had to guess, I'd say that the open world big boy map that's coming sometime in the future that has the mounts is where I would expect there's going to be certain areas that'll be closed off because you have to get the grappling hook as a progression item, which would actually be more than welcome in this game, because we need to have, I think, more types of progression other than just complete dungeon, move on, and so on and so forth. But anyways, let me get the image for you guys. So first, we've got the Grendel image. I didn't do this by a mistake. Most of all, I just wanted to show you guys right here that where we ended up kind of getting the information that there was a new Wayfinder already coming is right here under Kairos. We see Lora, so that's going to end up being the next character. So I do have some upscaled images for you guys, but these are basically the base images. So you can see Lora right here, and then there's her little summon pet. But let me get the better images for you guys. So there's this one right here, which I have it as a green screen background because I use AI upscaling for a lot of my thumbnail stuff, and it's really, really useful to upscale images like this so that we can see all of the nice little intricate details. Obviously, it's AI, so it can only go so far. But yeah, honestly, her character looks really, really plain. Excuse her weird long gorilla arms. That's probably just because of the way that this picture was taken and the way that the program, I'm assuming it's like Blender or something, looks at these 3D models. It's not that she has giant gorilla ape arms or anything like that. It's quite literally, get out of here. It's quite literally just going to end up being the way that the image was taken. So then here's going to end up being her little ally, which is kind of more interesting than her. And the most interesting thing to me is the fact that this doesn't really look like a creature in Wayfinder, right? Like, this just kind of looks like something completely new. I don't know if it's supposed to be that he's like Gloom reformed or anything like that. Again, we don't have much to go with other than the fact that she's going to end up being the summoner character. No idea whether or not she's going to end up having a brand new weapon type. I think it would be really interesting if she was the first character that would have like a staff or something, like a magic wand. And I think it'd be pretty cool if the game would start exploring the idea of ranged weapons other than guns. I just think it would be so cool to have a wand and to have her like shooting fireballs or ice with it or something on top of being a summoner. Now, a summoner class is something that I could really get behind, but I don't know how that would work in this game. It's just kind of weird. And with the AI being as bad as it is, I wonder whether or not we would be able to take advantage of our little buddy here. But I don't know. We'll just kind of have to wait and see. But honestly, anything further than that is just speculation and guesswork. Generally speaking, though, it is safe to say that she's going to show up sometime in 2024. So we're getting leaks long before we're going to actually see these characters. Now, the thing is that the game is supposed to go free to play in 2024, but I don't know, and I've talked about this before, whether or not right as we go into 2024, it's going to go free to play, or is it going to be one season into 2024? Because what I'm assuming is going to more than likely happen is 2024 is going to hit. The devs are going to start really pushing the fact that the game's going to go free to play. We'll get the Lora battle pass, and then after that season ends 3 months into the next year, that's more than likely when we'll start seeing either a full release to free-to-play or an announcement for it. I mean, based on how rough the launch was into early access, we can only speculate as to how good or bad it's going to end up being once the game goes free-to-play, because there's a lot of problems that are still in this game right now. And more so than that, I think that it is very strange that there are still so many issues that the developers are having on the dev side of things. You know, like more recently we had the hotfix that was supposed to have fixed the way that XP works. It didn't actually do any of that. And there's just all these little issues that are slowly piling up with the game. They're tackling them one at a time, but I find it kind of strange that they're also still trying to stick to their timeline, you know, like they obviously rushed this game into early access when it wasn't ready, and now they're already starting to promote the Grendel character, even though the game is still barely functional and barely has any content. But, you know, that's besides the point. I still love this game and I still see its true potential, and it is going to be a lot better once you guys get the free-to-play version of the game, because by then there should be a lot more to do. But that's besides the point. I just wanted to share my thoughts towards that and show you guys the new character. What do you think? You know, sound off in the comments. I personally think that she looks pretty plain, but I also said that about Grendel, and even though I say that, I'm still going to obviously play Grendel, and I'm still most interested in this game's design philosophy, that they're constantly going to be adding new characters. You know, there's a lot of games that I've played over the years, and I think that they've got something special with Wayfinder. It just needs to be refined because it's really, really rough right now. But more so than any of that, I really like their pay model. I know that that might sound strange to say, but in most games, you know, cosmetics are definitely a good thing, and I totally like that. That's fine. I understand, you know, cosmetics are cool. I'm fine with the fact that we will buy the battle pass to continually get new characters every 3 months. Now, are they going to keep the characters interesting? Are they going to end up having them have really nice mechanics and stuff? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see what happens with that. The fact that we're getting, you know, our next Berserker, Bruiser, Grendel character, I'm curious to see if he's going to be any different than the other characters. Maybe he'll have a Berserk mode where he just goes ham with his claws or something. And a Summoner character, now that's something that is really out of left field for this type of game, because so far the entire game is just close quarters combat or ranged guns. But obviously, I would like to see more ranged abilities. And I mean, you know me. I want to see a samurai, or I want to see heroic versions of other characters, because I would not bat an eyelash to buying a heroic version of Wingrave, despite the fact that I was so against the heroic Kairos, which all of the heroic characters moving forward are going to be obtainable free to play versus heroic Kairos, which is just locked behind a paywall. But anyways, I'm rambling now. Thank you so much for watching. Smash like stuff for more. Buy the merch you want to support the channel, and have a wonderful day, everybody.